Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy Monday to you all. Hopefully, your week is off to a great start. Or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully, you're having a great day nonetheless. Today marks the return, their first ever comeback. TWS. I'm very excited for this because unfortunately, I missed Plot Twist and that whole era when that happened because I was, well, off the YouTubes trying to get my life all sorted out. But we are back doing the whole YouTube's thing. They have dropped a brand new release. We checked out the pre-release already. Hey, hey, it was a lot of fun. So let's check out what the title track is like. If I'm S, can you be my N? I'm assuming this is in reference to some MBTI stuff going on here, but I'm so excited for this because knowing like the very few songs I know from them, they've always brought a really nice, bright, fun, lively energy to the table. And just based off of the thumbnail, it looks like we're gonna get another dose of that, and I'm not gonna complain. So let's get into it, shall we? Here we go! Righty. Oh, let's see. 85 on English. Admittedly, I may not be paying attention to the lyrics too much just because I'm a music first type of person. But I'm tremendously curious to see what direction they spin this. If they're gonna go like proper summary bright, or if they're gonna go along kind of the lines of what Hey Hey was like. Are we gonna get like Plot Twist 2.0 and just see what they can do with this era, which we will be checking out the rest of the B-sides on the album as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that if you're interested. But let's get into it, shall we? Here we go! Little track and field action going on.
내가 애쓰면 넌 나의 N이 돼줘 어떤 순간에도 너를 찾을 수 있게 반대가 끌리는 천만 번째 이유를
Harpsichords and a pop song.
오늘따라 왠지 말이 꼬여 성을 빼고 부리는 건 아직 어색해 너와 나 우리 모여보니까
It does have the light and bright vibe already, though, doesn't it? Hello? Hold on a second. I was not expecting the song to switch there, of all places. It's bright and it's lively. Lots of good beauty shots for thumbnails, too. Oh, that little... Wow. Okay, this song's actually really interestingly written. There's so many changes here and there, and it happens in places you don't really expect it to happen. They did shoot this in Japan. I was like, some of the scenery looks a little bit familiar. I wasn't sure, though. And there's like a lot of different key changes and stuff too. Neat. Oh, get that bass beat kicking it a little bit harder now. Hello. Hold it back. Now let the release come around. Halftime it? Hold on. I thought we were just gonna keep running with it. No, we're gonna slow it down. Bring back the original beat. Oh my goodness. Cool octaves. Wow. That is an extremely complex song. Yeah, my oof. Absolutely slamming into the high jump pole. Never a fun time. I tried it in middle school. They needed an extra runner or jumper, I guess, for high jump when I did track and field in middle school. First attempt, my head definitely did not clear the bar. Went head first, just good times, good times. But this is something cool. It's the thing about a pop song is there's so many different ways to do it. But if you listen to enough pop music, and for me, it's, however many K-pop songs we listen to in a week, rinse and repeat throughout the entire year, you start to pick up on patterns on, say, like, when the song drops down for the pre-chorus in preparation for the big release on the first beat of the chorus, or when a key change happens, or when something happens. It's usually pretty well, not telegraphed, but the general pattern, most songs don't stray from it. This almost throws a lot of that out the window and decides to do its little changes on its own terms. And because of it, the song just feels like it's continuously evolving. And in reality, it actually is continuously evolving. But it feels like it's changing more than it actually is because the changes are happening when, say, standard K-pop formula normally wouldn't have a phase change. So, like, we'll go back to the beginning. Kind of jump. Actually, let's just talk about the intro for a second. Harpsichord in a pop song is crazy. Like, this is one of the rarest, I think, instrumentals, like, instrumentals that you kind of get in K-pop, because harpsichord has a very specific sound signature and sound texture, but they've managed to incorporate it into a really clever way that's kind of showcases the resonating features of the harpsichord sound. Wow, it's very neat. That contrast is very cool. The way it just goes, it's super like old-timey, and then all of a sudden, boom, punchy synthesizers. Then, I just find that very neat. The slow reveal of the instrumental section. If this was on sheet music, that would be like a constant crescendo of the instrumental section. But it just like slowly adds more and more as you go, and it doesn't add in increments in like the traditional sense. It does to an extent, but even though the instruments are being added incrementally, the volume is increasing incrementally as well. And it just, that growth is really unlike a lot of pop songs that we listen to here. So that's really neat already. Kind of, again, throwing out the standard formula. Sudden key change? You do sometimes get songs that'll change the key in the pre-chorus, but this one just feels so drastically different, if that makes sense, that it's definitely one of those attention grabbers for me. And I also really like the new key and the new like kind of phrase that this song is going into. It's very satisfying to listen to for me. Again, it's like another change, and then we're back into this now. It just, the song consistently changes over and over and over. And then that big switch again, the da 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 da, and then huge moment of silence there in the song. You bring in the rapper and just the rapper to start verse 2, and then you again bleed in the instrumental again. This time it's not a gradual increase, you get like the punchy synths that restarts that instrumental section. This entire second verse is actually really complex, as all the timings are not where you expect them to be. There's whenever the instrumentals come in, they don't come in where you expect them to, but they come in with this really kind of out there syncopated pattern that you can't just kind of like jump in unless you know exactly what the song is going to do. And on first listen, that's never going to be the case. I think that's also very neat. This melody, I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's just a new key or the kind of change in the mentality of the instrumental that works, but this is my favorite part of the song. I don't know why it's so satisfying to listen to. And then now that we're in the second time through and we've gotten some familiarity going, you know exactly when the changes are going to happen, and those changes are very satisfying because, again, you know exactly what's coming up. But every single time the song changes in a way where it feels like it's different, even though this is the same now. It feels one notch brighter for me, even though I don't think it actually is. It might be a notch louder. That just might be my brain playing tricks on me. It might be in actuality. But the song doesn't get stale. It doesn't have the time to get stale because it's constantly changing over and over and over again. And by the time you get to something familiar, it's like, okay, wait, hold on. We're back. Let's take a breather here. Let's enjoy the familiarity before we inevitably stray away from it. And this is solid. This is very solid indeed. This is clever. This is really clever. And you know, in a kind of roundabout way, reminds me a lot of Plot Twist in that the song is just fun to listen to, but it's also, like, not a simple song on paper. Which, like, admittedly, this is my classical side coming into play a little bit, because I grew up playing string orchestra, so I'm very familiar with, you know, how classical orchestras were arranged, and that's kind of how my brain processes modern pop music. But I'm imagining this song being written on sheet music and just being one of the most complicated songs with just so many little details in terms of volume and accenting and playing styles that I can't help but be very intrigued by it. And for sure, this is a song that's going to get some mileage out of. I 100% am going to get some mileage out of this. Kind of like how it was with Plot Twist. So, had a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. But that is going to be it for me today. Of course, we have the rest of the album to get to, which I'm going to be starting up in about 2 minutes' time. So keep your eyes peeled for that if it isn't out already. But that is going to be it for me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!